Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches: San Francisco Giants vs. Washington Nationals, Toronto Blue Jays vs. Boston Red Sox, and Seattle Mariners vs. Cleveland Indians, which are happening on Friday, June 11, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours and hours of your time searching the internet for some fake betting predictions and losing your money because of it. Join High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advices instantly. The Giants played well over the past week and they've won 4 of their last 6 games, which has given them a 2-game lead in the NL West standings. They will try to keep the momentum going with a win over the Nationals, which will give them their 5th win in their last 7 games. Kevin Gausman gets the call for his 13th start of the season for the Giants in this contest, looking to keep rolling. He comes in 7-0 with a 1.27 ERA, a 0.76 WHIP, 16 walks and 93 strikeouts over 77.2 innings of work this season. Gausman earned the win in his last start, which came Saturday at home against the Cubs. He threw 7 innings, allowing 2 runs, none earned, on 2 hits with no walks and 10 strikeouts in a game the Giants won 4-3. In his last 3 starts, Gausman is 3-0 with a 0.00 ERA, a 0.61 WHIP, 2 walks and 26 strikeouts over 18 innings of work. Gausman makes his 10th career appearance and 9th start against the Nationals in this contest. He comes in 5-2 with a 5.24 ERA, a 1.478 WHIP, 14 walks and 28 strikeouts over 44.2 innings of work. Gausman is 1-1 with a 6.00 ERA, a 1.556 WHIP, 7 walks and 8 strikeouts over 18 innings in 4 career appearances, 3 starts, at Nationals Park. Washington managed to overcome blowing multiple leads as they prevailed in extra innings to win for just the 2nd time in 6 games. The Nationals entered Thursday 4th in the NL East race, 7 games behind the Mets for the top spot in the division. On Wednesday, Washington led 5-3 after 6 innings and 7-5 heading to the bottom of the 10th, only to have to play on. My betting advice for that game is to pick San Francisco Giants. The Blue Jays haven't been able to gain much ground in the playoff race the last few weeks while treading water against a tough schedule, and were unable to take advantage of an opportunity to win a series over the first-place White Sox on Thursday with ace John Ryu on the mound. After falling behind 3-0 in the first, Toronto got on the board in the 5th with a Marcus Semien RBI single before Lourdes Gurriel Jr. added a run-scoring single the next inning, but it wasn't enough as Chicago added insurance runs. Ross Stripling will start for Toronto on Friday. In 9 games this year, Stripling is 2-3 with a 4.71 ERA. Stripling faced the Red Sox once this season and was rocked for 6 earned runs and 3 home runs in just 3 2/3 innings during a 7-3 loss on May 19th. This should be a close game between 2 teams that can tear the cover off the ball. The Red Sox are a much better fielding team than Toronto, ranking 12th at MLB with 14 defensive runs saved this season, and Toronto is 25th with -10 defensive runs saved. The Red Sox bullpen has also been improving, now 6th in baseball with a 3.52 ERA, and the Blue Jays bullpen is 11th with 3.70 ERA. The Red Sox had a tough time in the season series against the Astros with a 2-5 record, all in the last 10 days, but managed to grind out a win in Thursday's finale in a contest that featured 6 lead changes. After Houston took a 7-4 lead in the fifth inning, Boston quickly responded with a 3-run homer from Christian Arroyo and took control with a 5-run sixth, capped off by Bobby Dalbec's 2-run double. The Red Sox are scheduled to start Garrett Richards on Friday, who is 4-4 with a 3.88 ERA and 1.52 WHIP on the season. Richards picked up the win against Toronto on May 19, allowing just 2 earned runs in 6 innings of the Red Sox' 7-3 win. Starter Eduardo Rodriguez lasted just 4.2 innings, allowing 6 runs on 6 hits and 3 walks while striking out 5. Darwin's own Hernandez was credited with the win, and the Red Sox bullpen managed to hold Houston scoreless over the last 3 innings. Christian Vasquez went 3-4 with 3 RBI, while JD Martinez drove in 2 runs and scored twice. Boston has also been excellent against the spread at 36-26, and is up a huge amount on the money line as it has exceeded preseason expectations. Overs are 28-33-1 for the Red Sox, with 4 of their last 6 games going over the betting total. Ross Stripling will get the start on Friday night for the Blue Jays, looking to continue his recent hot stretch, as he beat the Astros last weekend, allowing 1 run on 7 hits and 1 walk over 5 innings while striking out 4. The 31-year-old was awful through his first 6 innings but has been much better since, bringing his season stats to a 4.71 ERA with 43 strikeouts in 42 innings. My betting advice for that game is to pick Boston Red Sox on the money line. Justin Dunn will make his 10th start of the season tonight against Cleveland, and he is looking to keep putting up stingy numbers. Over his past 3 starts, Dunn has allowed just 4 earned runs and 8 hits in 16.1 innings while recording 21 strikeouts. Unfortunately, Dunn is 0-1 in those starts due to a lack of run support and bullpen collapses. This season, Dunn has allowed 16 earned runs, 5 home runs, and 27 hits over 45.1 innings. He has walked 27 and recorded 45 strikeouts. Opponents have batted .168 against Dunn this season, with a .196 BABIP and a 36.8% hard hit rate. Perhaps they'll have a chance at finding life against Cleveland's middle-of-the-road pitching rotation. That's exactly what happened in the previous series, with the Mariners averaging 5.6 runs in their last 3 outings against the Indians. However, good things tend to happen for the Indians whenever Aaron Savale is starting at pitcher, and Justin Dunn is going to have to make sure to outduel him on the other end. Dunn is throwing a 3.18 ERA with a 1.19 WHIP in only 45.1 innings of work. The Indians have been just as bad as the Mariners are at bringing runners across home plate. Aaron Savale will make his 13th start of the season tonight against the Mariners, a team that roughed him up earlier this season. Back on May 14, the Mariners scored 5 runs on 7 hits in 6.2 innings against Savale, including 2 home runs. Over his last 2 starts, Savale has surrendered 5 long balls and 8 earned runs in 12 innings. On the season, Savale has pitched 80.0 innings, allowing 31 earned runs, 13 home runs, and 68 hits while walking 18 and recording 58 strikeouts. He brings a 4.56 FIP and a 1.075 WHIP into tonight's game. Opponents have hit .232 against the young right-hander, with a .244 BABIP and a 39.7% hard hit rate. Aaron Savale heard that same sound when his pitches were getting knocked around by the Mariners in Seattle back in mid-May. He gave up 7 hits and 5 earned runs, including 2 homers, in a loss in that game. It was 1 in only 2 losses for him this season. And yet, he has still compiled 8 wins with a 3.49 ERA and 1.08 WHIP. So all eyes will be on the rematch on Friday night. The Mariners are the worst offensive team in baseball statistically, which doesn't leave a lot of room for excuses if Savale struggles. This game should serve as his redemption dance. Of course, that's assuming the Indians can get their offense going. The last thing they need is another dud of a performance. It's a legitimate concern with the team averaging less runs at home than they are on the road. My betting advice for that game is to pick Seattle Mariners, plus 1.5. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.